Hey everyone, another live stream today. Just making sure we're live on all platforms here. Going to be doing some vibe coding on B2B AI apps as usual, with a little old school RuneScape in the background. Here you can see this is my to-do list. So these are some of the items that I've been working on. Really going to be a continuation of the last stream. So here you can see, and it's been a while since we streamed, but we're back. These are some of the items that we worked on the last stream. You can see done for the items that we did finish. And then here's what we're going to be working on today. And so really this channel is for anyone that's interested in vibe coding, interested in business to business, B2B companies, right? And how to build B2B solutions. And really going to be just doing a lot of vibe coding and not reading every line of the code, doing some code review. But majority of the code we will use an LLM to write the majority of the code. Let me get everything up. Bring Twitch down here. Nice. Okay. Just make sure we're live on X too here, and then we'll get started. Okay, nice. Yep, we're live. All right, cool. So today also is on the other streams we were using VS Code, but today we're going to be using Cursor. And so I hadn't made the switch to Cursor yet, but decided that I had heard enough chatter about Cursor and enough people say, hey, it's really, really great. You have to try it. So today we're going to be coding with Cursor. So let's open our app here. Okay, let's get this. There we go. Give me some trouble to snap that to half the screen there. Okay, so if we come in here, one of the items that we're going to be working on is the coaching events. So right now when we go to coaching, these events are not associated with an account or an organization. So we're going to associate these events with an account and an organization and make sure that's in our Postgres table. And this is the coaching solution that we've been working on. And so you can watch these event videos here. Oh, we got to start our coaching node here. Let's go into Cursor. First thing we're going to have Cursor do is I actually scaled down one of the node groups. So we're going to have it scale it back up. So this is Cursor. Right now I'm in agent mode. Let's close down the terminal and move this over. Let me get the agent view bigger here. Let's do Command E. Okay, nice. There was a way to get this to kind of disappear. I don't know. Let's see. That's terminal. Here's the file system. Maybe this is just staying up here. Let's go ahead and make a new agent. And I'm going to, and we can look into the pricing of all these different models. I know Grok Code is pretty cheap right now. And some of my strategy was, maybe try to get things done with Grok Code and GPT-5 Mini if I can, because the token cost is so much cheaper. And what I'll do is just go to, real quick, let's just take a look at the model pricing. Let's see if we can see. Okay, so here you can see, let's just bring this over. Yeah, so here's some of the costs for the different models here. And so really some of my strategy is Composer 1 is right in line with GPT-5. So if you see Composer 1, it's $1.25, and GPT-5 is right there at $1.25. So they came in right at the same cost as GPT-5, faster, but not as intelligent. Then you got DeepSeek v3.1 that's pretty cheap. Claude Sonnet 4.5 has been the best experience that I've had vibe coding so far. It really truly feels like a pair programmer there with you. They released Claude 4.5 Haiku, and that's a bit cheaper, but still more expensive than GPT-5 Mini or Grok Code or DeepSeek version 3.1 or Gemini 2.5 Flash, right? So really the idea is let's try to, for the purpose of this video, I'm probably going to be using Composer 1 just because I want to try it out. But my idea is try to use the smaller models. If I'm struggling with a smaller model, you come to a more advanced, more intelligent, more expensive model. If I am struggling with that, then we might go into the work tree, make the context window as big as we can, and have multiple agents working on one problem. But for now, we're gonna be using Composer 1. So let's switch to Composer 1, and let's make sure. Let's just ask it. Check our present working directory. Okay, good. Now I'm going to say, I want you to check all of our node groups with EKS CTL. Nice. Okay, I want to scale up the coaching node group to a desired capacity of 1. Okay, nice. Okay, let's check the status of it. And guys, I'm gonna go ahead, okay, nice, now it's active. Let's see if our video works now. Let's go to inspect, network, and let's see. Interesting, what's going on here? Oh, these are expired, I think. I think it expired already, forbidden. Okay. So this is interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to run another one here. I'm going to say, open the logs for the coaching service. Open the logs and follow them. Oh, the container's didn't start yet. Okay, so let's just check. One interesting thing too is when I guess Cursor has a terminal up, and I don't know if this terminal's sandboxed right now or what, but let's just open a new terminal and let's just do kubectl get pods namespace coaching. Okay, this pod is starting. Container creating. Okay, so the pod is starting now that we scaled up the node, or now that we have a node. Okay, cool. So this service takes like, or this pod takes almost like 2 minutes to start. So we should see it here any second start up here. Now I want to say, interesting. So we are storing, and let's just open up pgadmin. So if I come and I say, let's see. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Let's just run this. Okay. So here you can see in the pgadmin table, we don't yet have account ID and org ID. So we're going to have to add this, and that's one thing that we're going to do today after this node starts up. Let's see. Okay, nice, it's running. So now let's try this again, because this is not good that it's expired. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. I'm going to come back to Cursor. I'm going to say, paste it in here. Then I'm going to say, our coaching services our coaching service generates these S3 URLs and signs them. The problem is that if a customer comes into our coaching front end to go look at an old event, they can't do it because it's forbidden or the URL is expired. I think that we probably should be re-signing the S3 URL. Or what's the best way to do this? Tell me your approach. During the same session. Refresh my memory on what this endpoint does. Okay, and how does it behave now? Take me full flow and explain exactly how it behaves. So let's see what's in the database. Let's see. Okay, here's the S3 key. So, okay, so this is the key of the video, which is good. So pretty much what's happening now is, or let's go back to the flow. So we have some method, generate video task, and this method generates the video, and then we sign the URL, and then we store the artifact in the database, and it looks something like this. And so once we add that signature to the URL, and the signature will expire, and so once that signature expires, on the front end, we're getting this forbidden, 403 forbidden. And that's because this URL expired already. So AWS is not allowing us to access it. So what we need to do is, if the URL is expired, we pretty much just need to sign it again. So let's see. So the front end loads the artifact list. Okay, they go to view an artifact. And then, okay, so because the URL exists, and this is some logic that just checks to see if the URL exists. And then here's the condition. If not equal to URL, so if the URL doesn't exist, it never calls that again. Calls this method that will sign the URL. Okay, so I guess we need to check to see if the URL is expired, and if it's expired, we need to sign it again. What's the best approach for this? Use industry best practice. There we go. This is just the agent view here, which is nice. Okay, it went ahead and started implementing something. Which I didn't, it would have been nice. It went ahead and started, it made these changes here. Okay, in what repository did you make the changes? Can you run git status? Huh. I can't find the directory. Okay, it's already inside of coaching. Okay. Now, if we click review, what does this do? Okay, so this opens up the changes. Got it. Review diff with main branch. Agent reviewed, found no changes to review. Huh. I guess it's only adding stuff, not removing anything. Is that why? Review agent changes. So this is like the review before the PR, which is kind of cool. I don't know where the review results are going to go. And this is nice because it shows both files So this one's actually in the coaching directory, and this file's in the front end directory, next.ts. And it shows us both of these changes without having to like toggle between windows or between tabs or anything, which is pretty nice. Normally I might have to like switch directories and then run git status or something, look at the diff. Or I guess in VS Code I could have had both files open looking at the diffs in each file, but this is a nice format. So salute to Cursor for this. It's still reviewing. While that's reviewing, let's take a ship to Brimhaven here. Let's get to the docks. I noticed too when I click on RuneScape, which is kind of interesting, it found one potential issue. Very interesting. What? Interesting. I'm actually going to have Codex take a look at this, because this is a little bit what is the behavior of JSON.loads in main.py? See how it tagged that file right there? That's pretty sweet. So we're trying to understand, Cursor did a review, and it found some issues, which is interesting. So review, they have this option to review the agent changes or review the diff with main branch. Okay, Flutter app development. You are KISS. Yeah, I worked with someone, or I had someone working for me that built a Flutter app. Nice thing about Flutter is it's the same components, right, on iOS and Android, and it's not a bridge, right? It's truly native. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for being here. We did get some more subscribers. I think we're almost up to 80 subscribers now. So just wanted to thank anyone that has subscribed. I really appreciate it. So let's we're gonna open up Codex too, guys. So I'm gonna come into terminal. And we're gonna open up Codex in the terminal here. We're going to grab this issue here. Going to paste it here. And then I'm going to say, please review this potential issue in main.py, which is in the coaching service. Give me your thoughts. Do not take any action or make any changes yet. Guys, so for the new people in the stream, I'm maybe gonna try to run this coaching event real quick. Let's say, open up the logs for the coaching service and follow. Okay, so we're running the logs here. Okay, I just ran the logs. Now what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna come back to the front end. I'm going to go to reports, go to critical events. We're gonna look for some critical events. Okay, here we go. So here's a DSM fatigue. Let's take a look at this one. I probably yawned in this one. Let's see if we see a DSM calling. Try to find DSM calling. Okay, here we go. Here's a DSM calling event. And so if I click media here, you'll see it's called driver state monitoring phone call. So here you can see I just lifted my phone up. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run a coaching event on this. So I'm going to click this, click OK. It says coaching requested. Here we get, here's the log. I don't like that when the terminal follows the log, and I guess it's because it's sandboxed. I can't press return here and make more space in the log, which is fine. Here it's processing the second video. Nice, it processed it. It processed the video. It's waiting for OpenAI chat completion API request here to return. Should come back any second. Okay, computed the severity. Got the event description. It generated a PDF. Okay, nice, it's done. So if I come to coaching now, so here's the event. So I can click view video. And now we're gonna see, so this is using open source models. Should I use low error encode? What LLM should I use? Low error encode or break? So if you have either Codex or Sonnet 4.5, I would suggest. Sonnet 4.5, I believe, is a bit more expensive. But Codex has been very, so this is Codex in the CLI right here. And Codex, to me, I wouldn't use like GPT-5 or GPT-5 mini or Grok Code or any of the mini models. To me, they're kind of overly verbose. I would use either Codex or Sonnet 4.5. You know, Sonnet 4.5 has been the most surgical and the most precise for me personally so far. So let's look at what Codex said. Codex, so Cursor, I use this tool here to find issues in the agent, review the agent changes and also review the diff with the main branch. And it came up with this issue that kind of raised an eyebrow. I know that this particular issue is not causing any interruption in service right now, but I don't fully understand this issue. So now I'm also asking Codex to take a look. For every row return, async Postgres. Okay. Even though Python. The bear accepts swallows it and the code silently resets. I'm going to say, okay, so if I look at the dev console in Chrome, we should see this error. Okay, so what service do we need to open the logs to see this error? Okay, open the logs and follow them, and then I will execute the front end so we can look for this error. I'm using GitHub Copilot Pro EDU plan. Yeah, the 4.5 is expensive. So that's Anthropic's issue right now. I think the Anthropic models, they're very focused on coding, but they're pricey, right? I do know I've heard that there's some, if price is very, so one thing I do too is I use the ChatGPT Plus plan, which was $20, and with the ChatGPT Plus plan you can use Codex, and then I'm also using I was also using VS Code, so I had the $10 of usage on VS Code, and then I had the Codex usage with ChatGPT Plus. I didn't want it to create. It created some new log here that I didn't need to do that. This is on AWS EKS. You should be able to just use kubectl to do this. Yeah. So actually, the nice thing about Copilot is that if one model's having challenges, you can switch to a different model, right? But yeah, they do create a lot of bug. What I do is I use the mini model to do the planning. So the mini model, it's pretty verbose, but it gives you all the alternatives and options. So I try to use the mini model to do the planning, and then use Sonnet 4.5 to make the code changes is what I would suggest. I know it kind of, the bill starts to add up if you also get ChatGPT Plus. I think you might get the Codex usage is pretty good. So if I go to status, and I just started coding today, I haven't been coding much at all. But here's the 5-hour limit and the weekly limit. We'll see if you keep coming to join stream. I should be coding pretty aggressively this week, and we should see these usage limits and how they evolve throughout the week. This is my first time using Cursor too, so I'll have to let you know what I think about the Cursor limits. But I think VS Code, it's just Sonnet 4.5 is expensive. That's the problem, really. Okay, try it again, but ask me permission. So it tried to run this kubectl command to check the logs, and it failed, and then I just told Codex, ask me for permission. It asked me for permission, and now it's working. But yeah, Sonnet 4.5 is expensive. If I come back to Cursor pricing, I know there's open source models also that you might be able to use in Copilot. Cursor is free too, so I believe that you can use Cursor and then get a ChatGPT Plus plan, and then use your API key inside of Cursor. And I think you may get more usage that way. But yeah, I definitely hit my limits too on. Let me see if I can check. Let me go into GitHub. LLM Arena, gotcha. Let's see. Where's settings? Okay. But yeah, I hit the usage too. I guess my best suggestion would probably look into some of I think Kimi or KLM or GLM or DeepSeek. I don't know if you can use DeepSeek in GitHub Copilot, but those kind of use those models as much as you can. And then once you're ready and you know what you need to do, then switch to Codex or Sonnet 4.5 would be my suggestion. Why are you creating a new temporary log file? I don't want these log files hanging around the Kubernetes cluster. Just follow the log. ChatGPT Go. Oh, you're in India. Did they just release that? Okay, that was actually on in the directory. It created the temporary log. Okay, sure. You can create the temporary log as long as it's happening locally on my machine. Just go ahead and follow the logs, and then I'm going to run the front end. I want to see if we can find this error. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I don't even know if I come to inspect, and let's just go to console, see if we refresh. Okay. Okay, it's checking the log. Okay, but not good. Interesting. ChatGPT Go. Why is it not good? Is it just slow, or it doesn't feel intelligent, or both? They might be having some resource issue, maybe, or they're trying to handle the traffic, and so it feels slow. They'll probably stabilize it though eventually, I would imagine. They may be short on compute though, so I don't know. I know once these data centers get built, it will things should get faster and cheaper, right? It's in India. Oh, interesting. Gemini 18-month pro plan. So my experience with Gemini has been that it's better at big system thinking, right? So if I have some architecture question or a question about like abstraction, Gemini is better. But Gemini, when I was using it in Copilot, sometimes I try to do a big architecture change and it would just stall out in the middle of the request and break my code. I had to go back, go back to a previous commit and the whole thing. And so I stopped using Gemini. But I do know Gemini seems to kind of understand the big system thinking a bit better in my experience. So I've been using kind of Gemini for architecture, and then Sonnet 4.5 for very precise surgical changes. This is what I saw print to the Chrome console log. Oh, explain this for a layman. Interesting. So Postgres is returning JSON? Okay, the event artifacts table. So if I come to this table, it's stored in JSON data type format. Okay. Wait, is that not artifact? Thumbnail S3 key. So that's text, timestamp, boolean, JSON B. Okay, it's the metadata column. Got it. Yeah, it's in JSON format. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's say fix in chat. That's pretty cool. Let's have Composer 1 make this change. Now Composer 1 is fast. You see that's moving incredibly fast there. So I'm going to click on some of these changes. Let's see, is it... Okay, so I found the issue, and then... it made changes in chat. It would have been nice if this window could have reflected these changes. I'm trying to think. So if we say fix all, okay, that just pastes it again. So two ways to paste it: fix in chat or dismiss, or fix in chat and also fix all, or keep all. Okay, so we fixed the problem, but now we just want to see the diff. For now, I'm just gonna say dismiss this. Okay, we dismiss that. Okay, now we have 3 pending changes. Interesting. Okay, so we got a change here, and a change to artifact repository. Okay, nice. So I don't know what I clicked there, but we did go into a different view that has all of the changes. So I'm just gonna say, okay, I want you to check out to a new branch in the respective or the appropriate directory and use a short and sweet branch name, and then commit these changes with a short and sweet commit message. And then we're gonna push them to origin. At some point, I need to really think through and say, all right, what am I going to allow Cursor to do without sandboxing, right? So if you add these commands to the allow list, I think, and I'm still learning Cursor. Today's my first day really, really grinding with it, and we're going to be checking usage. But pretty much like I think right now Cursor, I guess it all happens in a sandbox, but I can add certain commands to an allow list where I don't need to approve each one. For now, we're just going to continue approving each one. So we can pay attention to how it's behaving. Okay, we just We're adding the commit to the coaching service. Okay, it didn't push the changes to Next.js. Okay, how about the changes to the front end? I think you only commit and pushed the changes in the coaching backend service. Did you forget the front end? I guess it's not important, but to me, it would have been nice too if like I asked it, like, did you forget? And it just kind of, and I guess that's probably a speed thing and how they're really accelerating speed, but it would have been nicest if it could have just told me like, yeah, okay, I forgot, right? I guess it's like implied, and I can make that imply that or assume that because it went ahead and made the changes, but a little confirmation. You know, like in a human, when you're working with a human, they kind of give you that back and forth confirmation. What kind of software? Hey, so I'm building B2B software right now. So here's an example of the system. So I have cameras in vehicles, and we track location of these vehicles, and they and this is all on a 3D map. So like I can click this device, zoom in, look at it like this, right? We have we can watch live video. The vehicle's not on right now, but you can watch live video on the camera. You can share location. You can set up geozones, right? And get alerts. So you can get alerts when events happen, or you enter geozones or exit geozones. It's really telematics video, and then I can come to here to critical events, look at different event types. So here you can see like DSM fatigue. This is me in my car actually driving, and the camera's using at the edge is using AI to try to see when I'm fatigued. And loop again. Yeah, it does. So this is a dash camera. It's in my vehicle. And the camera triggers these events at the edge. We're taking in these events, and then we're doing some analysis on the event. So here you can see this is doing object detection on the video. And we're also trying to detect the depth of these objects. So here you can see a car is passing by. And the idea is we're trying to get as much context as we can. And here's me in my car. It's detecting my object. It's detecting my seatbelt as a handbag. It should get my phone there. It kind of missed it, I think. We're about to see in the report. So there's the video. Then you can see here's a reconstruction. And I was just at a stoplight, but we are doing 3D event reconstruction. Let's see if I can find a better one. Okay, here's like a 3D event reconstruction. So also building this. And then the report, right? So here's the report. And what we do is we take all that information that we just learned and we create an event snapshot. We tell you what objects were detected, what observations we made, and then we come up with an action plan. And the idea is that this gets distributed to drivers, and we're trying to be as proactive as we can on safety, right? So we've got this business, and then we're also going to be building an agents business together on stream. And so this product's actually in production. This is a staging server that we're looking at, and that's we're working on the staging system. And this business is more mature, but we're going to be building a new business together, Blue Cactus AI. And in that business, we're going to be building a B2B agents, so pretty much miniature employees, right? So let's come back here. Let's see if it made this commit. Okay, here it's checking out to a new branch. It's adding the page that we changed, we made modifications to, and then we're committing it. And here we're pushing it to origin. So now I'm going to open up GitHub. Okay, two-factor authentication and get into GitHub. 1 second. Authenticator. Okay, so let's come into these repositories. I'm gonna open up a pull request. Hey, I've heard that URKISS in India, there's no tracking of vehicles, right? Is that a culture thing, or why is that? I've worked with lots. I've actually helped people get H-1B visas that are from India, and they worked on these products with me together, and they always told me that GPS tracking would never work in India. Like no one would ever track the vehicle. Curious what your thoughts are on that and why that is. Okay, I opened up that PR for the coaching service, and then we're going to open up the PR for the front end. Okay. Nice. Let's go to Brimhaven. So right now I'm waiting for a Docker image to build. This image is pulling down Torch Hub, the library, and the library is pretty massive. So it's including that library in the image. And so this image takes like 10 minutes to build, unfortunately. I mean, while this is working, we could make more changes, open up more Codex sessions. One thing I've noticed is that if I have too many agents all working on different problems at the same time, and the nice thing about the CLI is, if I want to open up a new Codex terminal, I can do a shell new window, right? And just open up another Codex session. And have like multiple Codex sessions up, right? Working in different repositories, and really be like making changes in each repository at the same time. But I kind of lose focus when I do that. We might do it. I'm trying to think. Let's go to our to-do list. So we're going to be adding live video to the mobile app today. So we can get that set up in a minute. Actually, you know what? I could maybe get the simulator set up here. Let's see. I want you to start the mobile app service. Use the iPhone simulator. Huh. The New York auto renewal law effective November 5th. Where'd you get that error message? So this is the mobile app. One of the things that we're going to be doing is adding live video to the mobile app, and that's something we might do. Play Store, Play Console. And is that your app, or that's an app? Interesting. I have my Pixel somewhere. I don't know where my Pixel is, or I would see that. But is that for a specific app, or what app is that for? Okay, let's just put this down. Let's come back to our awaiting review. I'm just gonna keep these. It says awaiting review right here, which is interesting. So it puts this chat in an awaiting review category. And I guess I have to press keep all. Let's click find issues again just to see. Let's let it do a review here. And this is the mobile app. So really very similar to the web app. And we don't have any events in the last 24 hours, but pretty much has some limited functionality. Not all of the functionality that the web app has, but a lot of it. Which I did see an error there, which we're gonna have to. And I don't know if that's just a debugger error or what. On production, I don't see that error. The one we just saw right there. Use the restroom again, grab another bottle of water. This image is almost done. So, we are considering adding live video to the React mobile app. I want you to look inside of the Next.ts directory and look into how we handle live video on the front end. We would need to call that endpoint from the mobile app to fetch live video. I want you to build an approach for this using industry best practice and describe to me how you would approach this and implement this. Do not take any action yet. Okay, so we're gonna have Codex kind of start working on that while we're doing our thing here. This should be done building any second. I think the front end is done building, so one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, let's just keep these so it's not in review. Nice, so it moved out of that review category, and it's under recent. And so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to say, can you run a kubectl rollout restart on the Next.ts service? Nice, so we just did a rollout restart on the front end, which will pull down the new image. So pretty much we're pushing up Docker Hub images. So the URL's not working in the description. Hold on. Why? It's just not clickable or something? It was AI generated. If I go to the link, though, if you copy and paste the link, does it work? Let me check on my phone. Hold on. Oh, the YouTube link doesn't take you anywhere. Hold on. Thanks for telling me that. Appreciate that. Hold on. Thanks for telling me that. I'm changing the description links right now. Okay, I just changed the links in the description. You should see them now. Thanks for telling me that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I did use AI to and that shows you right there. AI can make mistake. But I did interesting. It might not change in real time actually. Let's see. See if I can find this again. Hmm. Yeah, I saved it, but it's not showing up yet, which is interesting. It's working. Okay, you can see it. Awesome. Cool, I'm checking too. Cool. Yeah, it's working. Beautiful. All right, so, okay, this is done building too. Let's go ahead and do a rollout restart here. Okay, do a rollout restart on the coaching service and then check the status. So this pod is going to take like 2 minutes to start. And this is all, guys, deployed on AWS, on Kubernetes. So there's about 13 microservices in this system, and they're all deployed on AWS EKS, kubectl, get pods, namespace coaching. So you can see here's the rollout restart. The way that it works, it keeps one pod running, and this is so you don't have any downtime on a production system. So it keeps one of these pods running until the new pod starts, and once the new pod starts, then it will roll out or terminate the old pod. So that's working now, and I'm gonna say, okay, while we wait for the pod to finish the rollout restart, what logs do we need to follow or review to make sure that our new changes are working? And I'm using, okay, so it queued these, which is kind of cool. So it's waiting for this to finish, the status command. And so because this hasn't finished, cursor queued this up. Now I could hit my return key or my enter key again to go ahead and push that into the chat. But for right now, I'll just let this run. It's only going to take 2 minutes here. Okay, it looks like it's done. Nice, it's running. Okay, so now let's just clear these. We'll refresh. Interesting. So all of the thumbnails are gone now. Okay, so when I refresh the page, we get these forbidden errors from AWS, and now we can't even see the thumbnails. They expire before, though. Yeah, but I'm trying to understand. They should have been expired before. When I first logged into the system today and looked at the screen, I was able to see all of the thumbnails. I wasn't getting any forbidden error. So what changes did we introduce that caused this? Hmm. But it will only happen, or there'll only be a brief delay for thumbnails that are expired, right? Found an issue. I think we want this. We want this, right? Do not make any changes yet. Just give me your thoughts. Yeah, but it helps us figure out if we're having errors, right? Yeah, but we were having the JSON.loads error before, right? So this console.log is critical for us to understand if we fix that error, right? Wait, what? Yeah, but we were having the JSON.loads Python dictionary error, and we implemented a fix. So we need this console.log for us to understand if we fixed the error, right? Look at what it's doing. It keeps going to this add docs crap. Just gonna dismiss this, and then let's just let's just keep these changes, which is good. And now what I need to do, it's interesting that they don't just have a PR. So I know when you're using the work tree and on like 3 different branches for one problem, you can do the PR thing. where you can create a PR right from there. It's kind of interesting that they don't have that option here. Okay, commit these changes and push to origin. Okay. Let's go open up these PRs. Let's get this one. Pull request, new pull request. Okay, we opened up the pull request in coaching. Now we're doing it in the front end. Let's see, pull request. So what happened now is, and actually let's click view video. Okay, now we can see the video, so that's working. Beautiful. Okay, so what happened is pretty much we have all of these videos here, and we're storing them in S3. Yeah, so they're hosted on S3, and we have the S3 key here for the thumbnail and also the video. And we take this S3 URL and we sign it, right? So we sign that URL and it has an expiration date on it. And so these thumbnails expired. So now we're adding some logic to, if we see a AWS URL that's expired, we go ahead and sign it again. So that's kind of what we're doing now. And we can see that that worked because now I can click on, before I wasn't able to like watch one of these videos, but now I can click on a video and just click view video and boom. Now it's Command I to turn on code suggestions. Cool. Well, this shares all your history, all your console history with Google, and it improves Google's AI model, which is kind of interesting. Okay, let's go to actions. Let's go to actions. Okay. And we can go check what Codex did here in a second. Let's take this cart here to our fishing spot. Shiloh Village now. Now we're going to the tarp fishing location here. Just fishing trout, guys, and old school RuneScape here. While we're waiting for an image to build, let's check Codex. See what Codex said here. We can terminate this here. Huh. Send this to myself here. 1 second, guys. I'm looking at something sensitive here. Okay, let me see this. Interesting. Good thing over here. One sec, guys. Checking one thing here. Huh. Didn't realize that. Okay. So we just see a little issue there. It's okay. Okay, so let's see if the coaching service is done building. Let's come back here. Okay, no, still building. About 2 minutes left. Let's keep reading this Codex response. The Codex identified me of a possible vulnerability that I had to look into there, but I think we're okay for now. What was that? I want the simplest approach. If we use the credentials in the header on the mobile app and call the SW endpoint directly, will that work without having to build the proxy? I want the most simple approach. How risky is it to have that exposed in the header if we rotate every now and then? You can't make this request. This request can only be made behind a firewall, and you would need to know the exact device ID to make the request. Okay, this is done. I'm going to go back to cursor and say Command E to go back into agents mode. Click here and say, okay, go ahead and do a kubectl rollout restart on both of the directories. The image is done building and push to Docker Hub. Okay, there's coaching starting there. The pod is starting. Rollout restart, take about 2 minutes here. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna put a little coffee on the pot. Let's see. Okay. Let's use the restroom real quick. Okay, guys, I got coffee pot on here back. Let's hide this. Okay, let's check the status of the front end. Okay, so we just did the rollout restart on both services. So now when we refresh this page, we should see all of these thumbnails populate. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, so now whenever URLs are expired, S3 URLs are expired, AWS S3, we check to see if they're expired. If they're expired, we re-sign them. So again, here's an example of how this works. So using open source models for object detection here. And see, it triggers the cell phone there, which is important. Okay, beautiful. So let's add that to our to-do list here. We didn't have it on here. I'm gonna say sign URL, S3 URLs, S3 video, and thumbnail URLs when they expire. And we'll say this is done. And okay, so that's done. Now let's see. This is important. Okay, so let me open up Cursor, and we could probably keep this thread. I think it's okay. It's still working in the coaching service. I'm gonna say, so Next.ts calls the account service, and the account service calls the coaching service on the back end. Right now, we pass in a some type of identifier. I forget exactly what it is from the front end. Some accounts object. which has an account ID in it. We use that ID to find the organization that account belongs to, and then we call the coaching service. Right now, when we process the video, we do not store the account and organization information in the event artifacts table. I want you to review this code, build a industry best practice approach to implement these changes. We need to know the account and the organization for each event artifact. Do not make any changes yet. Just tell me your approach. So again, Composer, it's been moving pretty dang quick today, I have to admit. I mean, that's a pretty big change right there, and it came back pretty quick. Okay, so we do pass in the account ID. Beautiful, we already have these columns. Okay, go ahead and implement these changes in the most simple and straightforward way possible. We don't need heavy validation and heavy checks. We know that these IDs are valid. Okay, let's fill our fish barrel here and hop this rock. And we're gonna keep fishing. Okay. Wow, it made the changes. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how quick it just made those changes, I have to say. Let's review these. Lagging a little bit. I don't know what caused that right there. Okay, here are the changes. How is it injecting this? I kind of don't like that. Okay, so right now, let me think. I need to check a file. Okay, let's okay, here we go. Okay, let's go to coaching. So where is this? Huh. Where is... Let's go back to review. Okay, this is in accounts. It's the coaching controller in accounts. Okay. Cool. So these changes look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just say, let's get this file system out of here. And let's just say, okay, commit these changes with a short and sweet commit message and push to origin. Check out to a new branch with an appropriate name. If this works, I'll be impressed with how quickly Composer 1 did this. Cool. Okay, so let's go to GitHub, go to pull request. Interesting. It made I told it to use a good branch name and wait. Oh, that's the login page styling suggestions. Never mind. Okay, let's go to accounts. Was in the wrong repository, looking at the wrong branch. Okay, we're in accounts. We're creating this pull request now. Okay, so we just merged that PR. Now we're going to the coaching service, and we'll merge that PR. So while we wait on these PRs, what we might do is come back to Codex, and I'm going to say, I want you to check out to a new branch in the mobile app repository and implement this in the most simple way possible, the same way that we have it implemented on the web app. You're going to need to use another open source icon in the bottom navigation bar of the mobile app. So let's go ahead and merge this. Okay. So we got both repositories building right now. And we have Codex is working on a mobile app change. Where's our simulator? So we're going to be adding some live video option down here in the navigation bar. And we're letting Codex do this. I maybe should have just done it in Cursor. But we're really splitting our usage right now kind of between Codex and Cursor. so we don't hit these cursor usage limits too quickly. I'm on the $20 cursor plan. We haven't hit the limits yet today. Let's go to GitHub. Let's make sure it already shell new tab. Okay, I think it just rebuilt the app. Let's see. Still making the changes, Codex. Grabbing some coffee real quick while this runs. All right, I'm back. It looks like it made these changes. We're about to find out. Let's see. Wow. Okay. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to go run to my car and turn it on. And then let me take this BRB off. About to run to my car probably, turn my car on, and then fetch this live video. Sorry guys, I'm eating a little fruit. Kind of hungry. And probably just gonna go do this right now. Let's go turn the car. I'll be right back. Hey guys. Uh Hold on. Okay, so let's see if we see the car on here. Takes a minute to start sending location data. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. And why isn't the green dot? Interesting. Oh, live video's working, but they haven't started sending data to the endpoint. Put this. I'm gonna send this to somebody real quick just so they can see it. All right, I'm gonna go turn off my car. So that's live video, guys, on the mobile app in Codex. One shot Codex live video right there. So you should see me when I go jump in the car before I turn it off. You should see me, actually. Okay. Just go to sound real quick. Let's go to sound. I just want to make sure that Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go run to the car real quick. BRB. Okay, BRB's still up. Cool. Be back. Testing. Testing. Hey guys, I'm back now. Hopefully you saw me there. Let's turn our music back on. Let me back up. Okay, yeah, you can see me in the car. Nice. Good, guys. Beautiful. Okay, so interesting. Camera's still on. They haven't sent any data yet, though, which is interesting. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Let's just check our I just want to check the sound settings real quick. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Cool. All right, so we just got live video done on the mobile app. Or at least got it started. It's probably good enough for now. So let's put this as done. And let's see. Okay, let's come back to cursor real quick. And okay, did we let's go check GitHub, see if these are done building. Coaching's done building accounts. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, can you do a kubectl rollout restart on the coaching service and the account service? Okay, coaching pod is restarting. Sorry guys, eating a little bit so I can stay on a stream with you. Nice. Nice. So here we go. So what we're about to see now is in Postgres, we have these two columns, account ID and org ID. And we're not populating any data in these columns. So we're about to... I'm not going to think about that yet, but we're about to go to reports. Going to go to critical events. And Let's find one of these events here. DSM fatigue. Let's just watch a couple of these. I don't know about this one. Try this on. I want to get one where I'm moving. Let's see, hold on. See if we can go back even further. I don't think I'm on my phone in this one, but that's okay. Let's just do this forward collision warning. I'm going to click coaching. Click OK. Nice. Okay, open the coaching service logs. I just executed a coaching analysis. Should have had it open up the logs before I went ahead and executed that coaching service, but that's okay. There are the logs right here. I don't like that in these, I guess it's sandbox, so I can't do anything in it, which is fine. I sometimes when the log is dumping, I like to create some extra space in the log. Nothing more, just a little extra space so it's easier to see. Not too important though. We're about to... Hey, mate, keep pushing. Thank you, Paradox. Thanks for being here. Okay, nice. So I think... Let's check Postgres again. Account ID and organization ID is in here. Beautiful. So now if I come back here, come to coaching, we can see this is the coaching artifact that we just created. We can click view video. And that's Composer 1 just did. Guys, Composer 1 did live video today. It knocked out like a few different critical items here today. We got, this is now done. I'll just, since this one was important, we'll keep that here. So this is done. We fix this, so now we sign when the S3 URLs expire. We re-sign them. So we put like a 7-day expiration on the URL, and if it expires, we sign it again. Then we have our reconstruction, and so this is the event reconstruction. And then we have our coaching report, which here's our coaching report. So forward collision warning event at 40 miles per hour, and we detected some objects. So we're still going to go through this and fix this. Here's the objects we detected: behavior summary, performance metrics, key observations. Here's an action plan for the driver and the coach. So really helping create these dynamic coaching questions for the driver. Awesome. So we got that done. Let's see. This is just a SendGrid template change. What I might do is we're just going to do a little. So right now when you go to getparty.ai, we're just going to fix this website. So right now down here, And it's just a staging server, but just for the purpose of this video, what I'm gonna do is I am going to, so one thing is if I open up a new agent, I can't do the new work tree feature here. So multiple models require a Git repository. First, what we're gonna do is I wanna show this new browser functionality that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna say @browser, and I'm gonna say go to getparty.ai. Okay, we just navigated here. So now what I can do in this cursor browser feature, and the browser, it uses more tokens for sure. But what I can do, hold on. How do we send a component? Let me look into this. There's a way for us to just take this component. Well, we can push a specific component into chat. Hey, Paradox. So really, this is anybody with a fleet of vehicles. So we have cameras in vehicles, and the camera records GPS and also edge events. So here you can see this is our mapping system. It's on a 3D map. So really a company that manages a fleet of vehicles. So it could be a service company like plumbing, HVAC, roofing. It could be over the road, long distance transportation like 18 wheelers. It could be last mile distribution. So like when the goods get to the destination and they need to be distributed in the last mile. Also companies like that, really anyone that has a vehicle that's interested in safety. And so we do geofences, arrival and departure of geofences. We do these different reports: geozone, idling, stop, critical event report. We have these alerts. So these are real-time alerts. So we send email notifications for these different alert types. And this is ADAS forward collision warning, ADAS headway monitoring warning, ADAS lane departure warning right, lane departure warning left, DSM fatigue, smart brake. And then we have scheduled reports also. So like a fleet manager might want to know, all right, at the end of the week, I want to know everyone that's been idling, right? All vehicles that have been idling. And I know that my guys should never be in the truck sitting there with ignition on, burning gas for more than 15 minutes, right? So I could set up a scheduled report to look at idling data with a threshold of 15 minutes. And then at the end of the week, I could get a report, a PDF or a CSV sent to my email with all the vehicles that have been idling. And then we have coaching. So this is what my primary focus is now, is this coaching solution. And this is using open source models to do this and really trying to distribute this all software. No, there is hardware. Right now we have one hardware vendor integrated, but we would need to integrate a camera. Now this product right here that you're seeing, this video analysis, my idea with this is to make this not specific to any one vendor, right? So you could bring your own hardware, and if you wanted to use this AI video analysis, all you would need to do is upload your MP4, right? Or I could ingest any video from any camera and do this analysis on it. Right now, this tool, all I need is an MP4 to do this analysis. We are integrated with a specific vendor, but we're not I'm not exclusive to any one hardware vendor. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so what I'm looking into is right now, this is the cursor browser, but let me see how to add components in cursor to chat. Let's see. browser. I've seen people do this. Components. Open the chat. You can open the chat, Control I, set the mode, ensure you're in agent mode. Let's see. Back to cursor. Okay, we're in agent mode. We're connected to the browser. Oh, here's the browser tab. Interesting. Okay. Open getparty.ai in the browser tab. Let's close the terminal. Let's go app browser. Open getparty.ai. Nice. Okay. So now I can log in. Nice. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out and I'm going to go to just here. And I think right here, so right in the drop down, you can select an element. So this is really awesome. So what I can do is I can click select element and just say the get party text and the logo look strange in this component. Fix it. Which that is awesome. Like I've been, my workflow recently has just been taking screenshots, pasting them. Cool, thanks Paradox. Thanks for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps a lot. Thank you. So I want you to review the entire home page and adjust the styling very slightly. I want it to be a bit more professional, but keep the party theme. So this is not local, so we don't see the change immediately. We need to get this set up locally. Okay, can you check out to a new branch with an appropriate name and then commit these changes with a short and sweet commit message and push to origin? Nice. We're gonna open up this PR. Now I could have used the work tree, and we may do that just for learning purposes. Okay, so this image is running here. Let's close down this browser. Okay. Almost done building here. Let's go head back to the bank real quick. Just to drop off our trout and salmon. Okay. Drop off this. Okay. Boom. Almost done building. Cool. This one's kind of a jam. It's interesting, but when I click on RuneScape and I'm playing the background music, there's a slight static. Okay, let's go to GitHub again. Okay, nice. It's looks like it's done building. Cool. Okay. Okay, go ahead and do a rollout restart on the next TS service. Nice. So they improved styling. It made it a bit less. So let's open it up in the browser again. Let's close down all our files. Let's go into browser mode, at browser. It opened it up immediately, which is fine. Now I'm going to click this select element. We're going to do it again. You see this, I guess, light mode logo doesn't look good. So right there, boom, you take the element, the HTML element, pop it into agent chat, just like that. Why did you remove the bounce animation? I kind of like the bounce animation. Okay, nice. Okay, commit these changes and push to origin. Okay. Actually, I think if I just remove this from Wavelink, I have RuneScape on Wavelink, and I actually think that that's what's causing the static. No. Huh. I don't know what is. It's kind of interesting. Game. Rune light. Okay, so it just made those changes. Nice. Let's go to GitHub. Let's go to Next.ts. Post new. So today I've been pretty impressed with Composer 1, guys. Like, really impressed. Okay, we just merged the PR. Image is building. Now let's look at our usage, guys. Let's see how much these browser usage cursor. Okay, here's my dashboard. Like, it's kind of hard to tell because I'm, let's just refresh this today. Is there really no usage? What's up with that? Hold on. Oh, there we go, November 10th. Okay, so here's the usage for today. So I think some of these requests where the tokens are bigger, like 301,000 tokens, 247,000, 817,000. Here's a million. I want to say that this is the browser functionality that's using a lot more tokens. I'm not certain about it, but I'm pretty sure. Let's check our... Okay. Okay, go ahead and do a rollout restart on Next.ts. Let's go jump fish off here. Yeah, it's very strange. When I click on RuneScape, it's like there's static in my headphones. I don't know if it comes across on stream or not. But it's okay. All right, let's do this rollout restart on the front end. We're gonna see, guys. We're using this select element tool right now. Okay, it finished rolling out. There you go. Look at get party. It looks okay. It's a little, there's some sizing issue. So let's grab this element again and tell it. Y is cut off on the right side. Do we need to add some padding or something? Okay, then I'm just going to say, remove all emojis. It doesn't feel professional. Remove support and pricing from the navigation bar. Are they removed from the footer too? And remove contact us for now. Or just have contact us, open up your email to rob@bluecactus.ai. Okay, cool. Commit these changes and push to origin. Let's go to GitHub. Nice. So it's just this is just a staging server. So for now, I'm not gonna have any pricing or support page. When we make our bluecactus.ai site, which we'll do that this week, we're either going to deploy it on Kubernetes or we'll host a static web page on AWS S3 until we build the cluster and all of the other services, just to get some page out there. Let's see. Okay, image is building. But for now, this is not I don't need anyone to visit getparty.ai and look into pricing or support information. If you do need cameras, you can email me at rob@bluecactus.ai. And I need to put that in my description, that all inquiries go to rob@bluecactus.ai. But let's come back to GitHub. Guys, getting a refill of coffee and gonna use the restroom. I'll be BRB. Hey guys, and on the next stream, what I'm gonna do is, instead of being in agent mode the whole time, I'll probably go into ask and plan. So there was a couple moments where I didn't want Composer 1 to make changes, and it did. And you know, to prevent that, next time I could probably be in ask mode or plan mode instead of agent mode. And I've been kind of prompting the agent, do not take action, and like demanding that it doesn't do this or doesn't do that. But I could have just been in plan mode or ask mode instead. Let's see. And so let's see if this image is done building. Okay, let's see. Do a rollout restart on the next TS service. Oh, I'm back. Let me take this BRB off. Nice, guys. Nice, so we just have home. The Y is still, let's go to just the browser and see if that's the case up here. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I told it no emojis. And it removed that emoji. Okay, we still want the party popper emoji, or the confetti emoji, next to get party. But if you can see, the character Y has another element on top of it in the footer. Put the confetti emoji next to the get party, to the left of the get party text, and fix the issue with the Y character having an element on top of it. Let's guys, I'm gonna move to some, let's see. Let's go to moods. Okay, made the changes. Okay, you can add a pricing and contact page with my contact information, rob@bluecactus.ai. For pricing information, just have them contact me, rob@bluecactus.ai. Just give very high level information. You can add these pages back to the nav bar and the footer. When you are done making these changes, commit the changes and push to origin. So that too, guys, it looks like it, when I say an element name, it automatically tags it in chat. So if you know all of the names of all of your HTML elements, I don't even have to use this element selection tool. I can just say the name of the HTML element, it automatically tag it and put it into chat. Okay. So we're pushed. Let's go to GitHub. Create the PR. Nice. Okay, waiting for the image to finish building here. So guys, we're able to finish a lot today. So we got live video working, and if you go back into the chat, you can see I don't have my car on right now, but we got live video. Yeah, it's okay. We'll have to clean that up. But it's interesting, but these errors actually don't populate on the production app. We have this app on the App Store underneath a different name. Interesting fetch live video error. But we did get live video. If you go back on the YouTube live, you'll see live video. Okay, let's see if we can go. So this is the live video tab. And okay, it's done building. Let's do a rollout restart. Go ahead and do a rollout restart on the next TS service. Guess let's get some more upbeat music maybe on. Let's go to... If the music's too much too, guys, just tell me. Putting on, trying some soft, excuse me, a little bit of soft house. Nice. Interesting. It can't get this. Huh. Wait. Did we? Oh, it failed. Got an error. Hold on. Let's just rerun the jobs. The build failed. Could have just been a GitHub thing. There's no way any of these changes could have broke the build. I don't think. There's no way. Must have been a GitHub issue, I'm assuming. Nice. Okay, it worked that time. No? It failed again. Huh. The build is failing. No, try to build Next.ts locally. I made it a mistake. Unescaped apostrophe. The linter didn't give me any exact issue, though, is what's interesting. Composer 1 got it, though. I'm impressed. Alright, let's see. Let's open up another pull request. Okay, it succeeded. Okay, now do the rollout restart on Next.ts. What? Okay, there's the contact us. Here's pricing. It's got my email now, which is good. You can put the contact us. Oh. You can put the contact us and pricing on the top nav bar too. And in the hamburger menu, or however that works. Okay, it already commit and push them. Let's open up the pull request. Hey guys, this is just a staging server, so this is not too critical. But and we could, guys, if we wanted to, we could do the work tree option too, which let me see. We'll save it maybe, but if I go to the next TS directory and open up cursor from there, we have in agent mode, we have something called the work tree option. And this is where we can have like 3 different agents all working on the front end at the same time, and then kind of review it and then decide which one we want to go with. But for now, we'll save that for a different video. I'm not too, there's really not many times where I need like, only when it's hyper complex. If it's a hyper complex issue, I might have 3 different models working on the same issue. Like if I'm having challenges with one model, that's when I might use work tree and create 3 branches, have 3 models all work on it, and whichever one solves the issue, then I would use the modifications from that model and create the PR. But for something as basic as this, I don't think you need multiple models working on it at the same time. Look, the Y is still cut off. It can't fix this. It's interesting. Huh. You see how the Y is cut? Are being overlapped. All right, I pushed these changes too, which is good. All right, let's just merge it. Okay, let's merge this. Or let's see if this is done building. Almost done building. Nice, done building. Go ahead and do a rollout restart on the next TS service. Okay, got pricing and contact. It cannot fix this clipping issue. It's very interesting, actually. Here's an opportunity where we're going to use Sonnet 4.5. We're going to switch to Sonnet 4.5. We're going to use our element tool. We're going to see if Sonnet 4.5 can fix this. Character Y is being clipped. There might be another element overlaid on top of it. Can you fix this? It'll be interesting to see if Sonnet 4.5 can do this. Can you go ahead and do a rollout restart on the next TS service? Crap, it ran it already. Hold on. Interesting. Interesting. Why is the Y character being clipped? So this is kind of cool. I'm actually using Google to get some of this information. So we're going with Google's suggestion here, straight from the Chrome browser. If this fixes it, guys, we may end the stream on this. I think that was a pretty powerful, productive stream. Almost done building. I want to know if you guys hear this static or if it's just my headphones. I don't know if this static comes across on stream or not. It's weird. When I click on this, the game here, I hear static in my headphones, but I don't know if the chat hears static. Do a rollout restart on NextTS. Very interesting. Yeah, so that still didn't work. Go check out the front end main page and look at the footer. Seems like something so simple. I don't think that's good either. There's some jitter. So even Google's recommendation didn't work, which is kind of interesting. And that was inside of the Chrome browser. So Cursor knows it's taken some time here to really think about it, which is kind of interesting. It only took a picture, didn't get the picture of the footer. Thinks it's not. No, there's the full page. Are you sure you took a screenshot of the footer? Doesn't look like a footer. Huh. Keep saying it captured the full page, but it doesn't really look like it did. It's doing the same thing over and over. Here are the elements. Try again. Huh. It's kind of confused here. It's kind of interesting. It can't. This Y is getting clipped, and Composer can't do it. Just keeps taking a screenshot of the footer over and over and over, but it doesn't actually take a screenshot of the footer. It takes a screenshot of like above the fold. You know what? This might be the time. Let's see what it does. Give it one more try here. Okay, it's going in a loop. Look at that. I'm burning tokens now. So I'm just gonna say you see how the Y is getting clipped in Get Party? How can we fix this? Fix it. Commit the changes and push to origin. This is one of those scenarios where if I had just used my human brain, I'm not great at HTML, but if I had used my human brain, I might have got this done potentially quicker. Maybe not, only because I'm not like a front end guy. I don't have great HTML skill. I know people though that could probably get this done in about 2 minutes. I spent about 20 using an LLM trying to do some basic padding or something. Huh. Okay, waiting for the Docker image to finish building. This may be our last attempt. I'm kind of determined now. I'm trying to understand how this is happening. Hmm. Almost done building image. Okay. Go ahead and do a rollout restart on Next.ts. Still can't do it. Interesting. Huh. The last attempt. We're gonna let Codex do it. The character Y is getting clipped in the get party text. Can you fix it? Really curious if Codex can get this. Codex is still working on it. Unbelievable. Hmm. Okay, can you commit these changes and push to origin? All right, let's try this change from Codex. I did talk to the Chrome browser AI, grabbed the element, asked it its thoughts, took that, put it into Codex, and now we're using this. Or kind of, it almost feels like it didn't, just did what I told it to do, and it didn't do any analysis itself. But let's try it. I think this is going to be our last attempt for this stream. It's not... It's responsive, but it's not... The responsiveness is not great. It's maybe responsive enough. Can you do a rollout restart on the next TS service? As soon as the image is done building. Nice. Huh. Same thing. Very interesting. I'm kind of shocked that the LLM is struggling with that. Huh. What I might do is a complete refactor, but I think that's a good place to stop the stream for now. But if you guys did watch all the way through, thank you. We're going to be vibe coding B2B AI apps. And I'll see you on the next stream. Thank you, everyone. Looking for OBS here. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. It helps push the content out to more people. So if you haven't done that, please do that. And again, I want to thank everyone that has already subscribed. Guys, we're looking for hold on, docs. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, see you on the next stream.